life is really about balance. It really is. You ought to think about how living in this material reality, why people go crazy. Or example, someone takes shrooms for the first time and they get stuck in it because they're not balanced between both. At the end of the day, we are here to experience this. So you can't be rooted in that, but you can't be rooted in the other side either. Balance. So that starts with the heart. There are 7 chakras in your being. In the middle of it is the heart. So it's kind of like the bridge. The bridge between the astral plane and the mental and your body, or this reality. So when you're living out of your heart chakra, which is gratitude and love, you're able to, like a bridge, go between both whenever you desire or whenever it's beneficial or helpful for you to navigate here. But people go crazy because they're not balanced within the realities. Dimensionally, they're not able to balance because they're unbalanced. It's one-sided. So they're not able to even balance themselves because they don't know how to balance themselves. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't fall victim in this, but because when you're constantly thinking and thinking and thinking, it's tough. It gives you a lot of internal turbulence because you don't have time to digest what you are thinking. So balance is very important. It's very important. But we live in a dualistic reality for a reason. There's a reason where you chose to be here. And when you observe what duality is, it is, at the end of the day, it is 2 sides of the same coin. It's different sides of the same scale. It's the same scale, but it's a different side of it, which means you can't perceive things as good or bad because it's the same thing. At the end of the day, that's when it comes out. Everything is one. So at the end of the day, oneness is very important. And love and gratitude is the biggest thing, the biggest catalyst for that oneness. To know that you and I are not separate. There's no separate entities between me, a dog, a motherfucker who eats dogs. We're the same thing. The ego will portray it as differently. But why is that? Why? We don't ask why. Because that is how the ego operates. Separation. We fall out of ourselves when we are living in an egoistic nature. We all have an ego. Yes, we're here, like we're living here. You're going to have an ego. You're going to. That's inevitable. But you have to dissolve the ego to where you are not your ego. You are just, it's another part of you. But when you are living a persona that's based on your ego, you think you're the ego. You think you're your identity. When you're just living an identity to live this reality and see perspectives in certain ways that are unique to you, God, the soul, whatever you want to call it. So, dissolvement of the ego is very important to actually know self. Because the ego is created by your accomplishments, what you've seen, what you've been through. It's very rooted in external things. So for you to evolve, you have to let them things go to where you can actually find self. And that's a big thing I went through. I was very rooted in spiritual practices, not even practices, but like things. Because I've been on my journey and I was thinking I had everything figured out, and I just dissolved one egoistic way of living, found things out, knowledge and wisdom, and then that became my identity. And even though I got all this shit on, this is still symbology. It's not me being spiritual. It doesn't matter what you wear. Anyone can see themselves as spiritual, but that still keeps you in a box because it's still from an identity standpoint. What you know, what you've learned, it's not you. You know what I mean? So that's how I'm saying, like, at the end of the day, it's still egoistic. But I definitely fell victim to it, and that's okay. It's like, my journey is very unique to me. I'm not about to say it was wrong or right. It was what I was purposely here at that time to experience. And listening to like philosophy and other things, you see how at the end of the day, everything's aligned for it, for you. But it's not. For example, you could think about someone who is 70 years, someone who is a newer age, older, and they've been rooted in an aspect of life in one way, and you go try to explain to them a different aspect of life, it's going to be very hard because they are very rooted in what they've lived. And that's detrimental because their minds are more closed-minded. It's difficult for you to, express things to them because, they're on the last, they're damn near, it's over with. Like, it's either their way or the highway. And I respect it. We need that too. But, so balance. It's about balance. And what serves you, it's okay to do and be who you want to be and do what you want to do. It's okay. And I take a step back of that and I'm like, for you to judge anyone for what they do, it doesn't make sense to me. It never has. For example, hypothetically, if the creator was a man or a woman, then okay, it would be from a judgment standpoint. However, the creator of all wouldn't judge the creation that he created. You know what I mean? It was purposeful. So you can't say if you do something at a certain thing, you're going to be condemned to hell because, I mean, in the Bible it says thou shalt not judge. I haven't read the Bible. I haven't. But I know certain scriptures in there, and they explain certain things. But it says, it's just contradicting because it says, thou shalt not judge, but then turns around and says, if you do certain things, you are condemned to hell. You know what I'm saying? And the creator of all is not going to judge us because that's, for one, that's duality. And the creator of all is not based in duality. This is this third dimension, this 3D dimension that we live in now. And God is gentlest. It's not in this reality. It's, and I say it's very faintly because it's not a man or a woman. It can't be. So you can't judge things from your perspective because it's, at the end of the day, it's a judgment that doesn't make it right or wrong. You feel me? One person could hate me, the next person could love me. What does that mean? What does that tell you? This is the reality we live in, bro. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. But I go back and forth to that because religion tells you to do things a certain way or you're going to be judged good or bad. And you can't, that's not realistic. That's not how life is supposed to be. And vibrationally, I'm very selective on who I have around me. And it's not from a identity, oh, they look that way, or they're black or white, or da-da-da-da, to the point where I'm not going to, that's not how I view it. I view it as a vibrational thing. Energy will never lie. You can look at somebody and you can tell energetically what is within them at that point. Not saying that is them, but energetically that is what they are embodying right now. And I'm very selective on who I have around me for that very reason, because words are primitive. If you're unable to see the full spectrum of what's going on, that's all you see is what they're saying. So just be open. Just have an open mind and open heart. And know that you don't know everything. We're always changing. We're always evolving. We're always learning. We're always relearning. And it's okay. We're all connected. We're all one. One divine consciousness. To be aware is to be alive. Shout out the Aware brand. Brand coming soon. My brand. So stay tuned if you want to get in touch with me and what I've been cooking up. You feel me? Yeah. But you remember, nothing external adds value to you. You create what you want to create. Subconsciously is the biggest aspect of life. It controls 90% of it. Why do you think things are so rooted in your subconscious? Because that's 90% of our life. Even like symbolism subconsciously is imprinted onto us. These symbols, deep down, you know what the fuck they are. You know what they mean. But your ego got you trying to like wall up to where you don't even know your true self. So you don't even know what these mean. And that's okay. Maybe I'm going to be that bridge for you to actually know what shit's going on. But so yeah, balance. Stay balanced. That's what this video was about. It's about balance. Balance. Balance your chakras. Balance your chakras. Why is 90% of every food chain red, yellow? Think about it. Because subconsciously, you see a color and it's connected to a certain chakra in your body. Right? It's the root chakra, which is desire, lust. Why do you think in Matrix she had on the red dress? It's connecting to your root chakra, your lowest vibrational chakra. And that subconsciously goes into your mind as, oh, I'm hungry. I desire food. Or you subconsciously see that and you're like, I'm hungry. I want to eat. Let's get something fast. You know what I mean? There's a lot of mental games going on. Majority of nature is green. And when it becomes fall, things turn. What colors do they turn? Yellow, orange, and red. It's just literally as within, so without, as above, so below. Everything is connected. The sun brings photosynthesis. I didn't say that right. Well, fuck it, blah. It brings light rays to trees, to plants, and they grow green. What color is green? The heart chakra is green. And under that, you have solar plexus, which is yellow. Under that, orange, sacral is orange, and the root is red. When the sun goes to the other side of Earth, we get less sunlight and less rays from the sun because it's further away. And things start to, I wouldn't say die, things start to restart. And then, just like the body, it's literally the system of the body showing us what less sunlight can affect our body as well. We have to restart. We shed our skin. It's like we shed our skin. Y'all ever thought about that? Or how at night the fucking sky is purple. And under that we got blue, which is the daytime sky. Or how all the planets align just like our chakras align, the same exact colors. The same exact colors. As above, so below. The rainbow, the same exact colors as our chakra system. Energy vortexes that are in our body, up our spine, down our spine, that are like radio receivers for certain things in reality. I don't want to get too far gone because this is about balance. So I'm off here. Love and light. Stay connected. I will see y'all soon. Unwire Thy Brand is new, but it's not something old. You hear me? We gone.